Hello everyone, and welcome to the Vmware VCP7 course. This course is being taught by my boss and very talented IT instructor Syed Amir Shahzad. You will get to learn it with clear concepts-based lectures, colorful diagrams, fun and jokes, and best of all, step-by-step, hands-on, labs. Let's tune in to Amir's Vmware course.
Okay. So some of the things that we needed to do further, let me just get that. Okay, so our lab, blah, 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 blah. Let me just start typing some steps here for today. Today we do ... and we have already created a virtual machine in the last class. We have installed Windows Server 2019 and created a local administrator user and gave it a class PW, which is Z's. Okay, now we need to log in. So we are our Windows installation so far is mouseless, right? So we need to log into the Windows to the admin user. We need to initiate the installation of Vmware tools, and we need to restart. So I'll be helping you all because many of you will need help here, except for some of the Windows gurus who are experts. So I'm just going to show you how to log in and then go to okay, I need to show the whole procedure, and then those who can follow. Otherwise, I will connect to your machines one by one, right? So we need to restart the Windows. Then we will get the mouse, and from now on, there will be a new respect for the mouse. Okay, so we took this device for granted for too long. Okay, now this is the step. These are the steps, and then major steps today. Major steps today. Okay, assign IP address range to all. Okay, what is that? I'm going to explain. And install. Configure the Windows server for with best practice configurations, and install Active Directory, install DNS, and install DHCP. Configure them all properly. So the rest of our lab could be not having any issues. So we're going to try to do all these steps. If I go a little further, so yeah, these were the IPs assigned to each student, different IP range in last batch. Yeah, I've explained a lot. So there are some steps that I wrote in previous classes as well. So I will go to those steps, but right now where we were, let's go ahead from there, and I'll just put that in the chat. So whoever reads the chat will also know that this is the way that we are going forward. Uh, Two chats here with WhatsApp chat and Teams chat and Fruit chat. Oh, some of you might not know what I'm talking about, but in our language, there's a fruit chart as well. So yeah, that's just something to eat. Okay, anyway, so here, what we need to do is I'm just gonna share my, well, I'll switch my screen to the lab. Okay, everyone logged into this, right? Okay, and it's showing actually when I put my name. So this is a machine. Guys, one more thing, please, whatever steps I'm taking, these are very small steps, but they are very, very important, right? So trying to sound like French, but okay. So here, the thing is, if you go to actions, you see this renew lease, right? So what happens is that if lease expires, your machine will be shut down, and after a certain time, it will be deleted as well. So we kind of see that what is the duration of our lease, this one, right? So we started the machines at the same time. So it's 4 days it's showing to me. Maybe it's showing 3 to some, maybe 7 to some. We don't know, right? So if it's less, obviously, then we can always simply renew lease. This also means that if for longer time you don't touch the machine, the lease expiry happens, and then it's shut down first of all, and after some time, maybe 10-15 days, it's going to be removed as well if there's no activity. So I'm just going to go ahead and renew lease anyway. And when you click the renew lease, there's 7 days written here, but anyone is able to change that? Oh yeah. Oh, that's it. 7 days. So okay, anyway, I'm just going to click save because we can't change that. It's admin policies, right? So I'm just going to click save. So renew lease, save, that's it. Every week when you're logging in, just do that once, right? Okay, so second thing is machine is already started, right? If machine is already started, so you're going to go to VM console. I'm going to click VM console and let's go inside. So we should be on this screen. Oh, okay, I'll time it. We should be on this screen. Yeah. Now for this screen, it's mouseless, so no mouse, right? I'm gonna try to do it and show you first. Our main objective is to log in, install VMware tools, restart. After restart, you will see the mouse, right? It's not easy, and we will not and try to. I was stuck here. Oh, now where's my mouse? Really? Okay, so here is my mouse. Control or delete here, and let's just log in, right? Okay, so small ABC, oops, I didn't click it. Small ABC, capital ABC, shape 123 without shape 123. Okay, now let me just show you guys, and hopefully some of the tech gurus pick it up. Otherwise, I'll connect to your machine one by one. It's logging in. It has no mouse, right? So I'm gonna quickly try to reach the CD-ROM, but before that, and that is the step I forgot to add, sorry about that. Our Windows installation so far is also, we need to log into admin user. Before that, go to the VM, remove Windows ISO, and add VMware tools. I think it's ISO as well. Otherwise, it could be zip. So we need to do first this. Then we need to reach the CD-ROM, reach the exe file, enter, press enter to execute it. It will install next, restart, and you get the mouse. That's the main plan, right? That's the whole plan. So this is, I'm going to go back here. So before that, I'm going to go here. See, now this is also a bit tricky. Whoever has question, come to the mic and ask. Yeah, Musa. Be careful here and see this actions, lights, camera, actions, and go down to first we eject media. It will remove. Okay, great, Samuel. So, okay, here, first eject media, then Windows ISO will be removed, and this will automatically be removed. Then click insert media. Then just simply click install Vmware tools. So first we click eject media, then we just click install Vmware tools. So these are two separate clicks, right? So I'm going to click eject media now. Okay, I clicked it. Windows ISO has been removed from the CD-ROM, virtual CD-ROM of this machine. I'm going to go to actions again and install Vmware tools. So I'm just going to click that, which will automatically map the ISO of Vmware tools to the CD-ROM of this virtual machine, right? Okay, I'm just going to click install Vmware tools. That's it. 2 steps, right? There are many steps, guys, so you can always come to the mic and ask as well, and don't be shy. What I said was that let me do that. If it is a very long issue, then I cannot attend, but small issues, quick issues, let me know, right? And I'm going to be connecting to a machine anyway, because this is a bigger issue than many can handle. So first eject media, install Vmware tools. This is done. Now the CD-ROM has been mapped to the, now the VMware tools have been mapped to this. Now I'm going to reach this CD-ROM here, right? So this is the mouse. I'm going to click anywhere in the screen. I'm going to click anywhere in the screen. Luckily, on the top, you can see that the server manager drop down. So down arrow, down arrow, down arrow. Otherwise, Alt, if you type Alt S, I think, oh, I was going to go down arrow and close it, but now, okay. So again, Alt and then down arrow, close. Don't worry, I'm going to come to your machines, because this is something that, okay. Now, once that is done, I forgot the password. Okay, here, I clicked inside the screen. Now, I am checking tab is our best friend. So I'm going to press tab, yeah. Tab, right arrow. Oh, okay, tab, tab, tab. After that, it's still not accepting right arrow. So tab one more and right arrow. So until E, it's tab. After that is right arrow. We need to reach the yellow folder, right? So I'm just with the right arrow, help of right arrow, I reach the yellow folder. Then I'm going to press enter, right? It's going to open this. And again, tab, down arrow, tab. Yeah, now I can see that tab, tab. So I'm going to come to your screens. This is some bug that somehow, I mean, we could not remove. So I went tab, tab, tab. Then I went down arrow, down arrow, down arrow. Then when I reach here, this PC, it's right arrow to expand, left arrow to close, right arrow to expand, like this. Now I see the DVD drive there, like this. And VM sign is there. This means the VMware tools is mounted to the CD-ROM of this machine. So that's good. As soon as I'm there, I'm going to right arrow to expand that. Right arrow. So, okay, I'm going to press enter so it could come to the right side. Press enter. It's on the right side. I'm going to press tab 2. Go to the right side. Down arrow, down arrow, down arrow, down, 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 until I reach setup 64. I'm going to press enter. It's going to launch the installation. I will try to manage next, install, and then finish and restart. After that, my machine mouse will be back, right? So it seems like pretty easy, but when I was figuring out the first time, it was, whoa, it was horrible. But now, thank God. Okay, so it's still popping up down there. I need to have that open. For that, I need to close this. So Alt. If I press Alt, all you can see on the top. From when I press Alt, the file popped up, selected. Down arrow, close. So once this is closed, that's the next window, which is the open window the VMware tools is showing me, and it's already on the next. So I'm just gonna press spacebar and move mouse so it could tab, spacebar. It selects the next, and then it's already on the install, so spacebar. There we go. Whew. Okay, so I'm gonna go through your machines one by one, And once the mouse is there, then we can do the lab together, and then I'm going to start explaining everything. But this is a, daunting task at the start of every course I have to go through. And okay, if the blue bar pops up, it's on yes. I'm just going to press enter. And it's on finish. I'm going to press spacebar. Tab. Oh, it went away from finish. Okay. Tab. Press enter. Okay. As soon as I click the mouse, it was already again on the opened window, and press enter again. Okay, now, when it restarts, now the mouse will be here, and that's should be here. Let me just check, and we will celebrate at the end of this. There will be celebration, fireworks, and everything. So, okay, yeah, it's there. Hey, I got the mouse. I'm so happy. Okay, so yeah, that's it. Now, next machine. So I'll go. Okay, so what we needed to do was, yeah, this today we do. We have already created blah 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 or Windows installation. We need to log in blah blah blah. This is all done. So congrats, and we're gonna go for the next thing. And next thing is the greater part of the installation. So now, guys, you have to take note of this thing. Assign IP address range to all. Oh, what is this? Why? So this Humber vCloud is a flat network. And if we all create machine number one, suppose, and give the same IP like this, if everyone gives the same, because if you had your separate environment, suppose we were doing this lab at home in your laptop, you were doing in your laptop, I was doing in my laptop or desktop, right? So we could have given the same IP because we're not connected to each other, right? Humber vCloud is a flat network, so this means that you're kind of sitting in the same room, all, and you're connected to the exact same network right now. So if we give the same name and IP, there will be an IP conflict or name conflict, and everyone will have an issue. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to give an IP range. So this IP range is from configure the Windows Server with best practice configurations. This machine, we're going to be building on top of this network. We're going to build on top of this network a lot of stuff, and we're going to be adding so many new features here. So that's why every configuration has to be Perfecto. Okay, perfect, right? So that's why there are some few configurations that will make your life easier, make your lab easier. So I'm just grabbing those class password, blah blah blah. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Install Windows. Yeah. After that, okay. Oh, that was done. Check time zone. So once we are logged in now, and hopefully everyone got the mouse, so we're going to be doing all this checklist. So it's check time zone, check if your Windows is activated for 180 days. Let's put static IP, rename the OS to your first name. Wherever you see my name, you put your first name or half of your first name or half of your first name if it's longer. And restart the VM. Let's check the power options screensaver. Let's turn off the IE advanced security, install Google Chrome. Let's take snapshot once all above is configured. Okay, so I'm going to be copying that to the chat because now we're going to do this step by step and be very careful. It needs to be done correct and Lee. Okay, so it needs to be done correctly. All right, so let's go ahead. So first thing is check time zone. So I'm gonna go there and go where? Oh, go to my machine. Yeah. Oh, mouse. I'm crying with happiness. Okay, so there you go. Let's get in. Um, in fact, first thing is what you see there. Okay, this will open in front of you. Close this guy. In fact, Windows Admin Center, I'm just gonna click don't show and close, or next time you can do that if you've already closed this. Don't show and close this Admin Center. It's always popping up. Second thing is we need to minimize this server manager. Minimize this server manager. Minimize this server manager. Now, instead of checking the time zone, even more important than that is, do you see 180 written here, everyone? Right bottom above the clock.
Okay, fine.
All right, cool. And so here, this step is done, activated for 180 days. I hope it is activated for everyone, right? Let's go for the next check time zone. And yeah, this is important because machine clock should be correct. Otherwise, on network, you will have issues with network services. So I'm gonna go to my machine now, and it's 4:32 p.m. I don't think so. We're gonna go to correct the time here. We can just go here, and there's a date and time settings showing here. Okay, does it click? So click on the clock on the bottom right, and click the date and time, and see. Yeah, it's on Pacific time, so we're gonna change it to Eastern. So let's go down, downer, even downer. Okay, downer is not an English word. Oh, did I miss it? Oops. Atlantic time, right? So
It's up.
Okay, yeah. Eastern. Okay. So once you do Eastern, you can just set time zone automatically. So click this one as well. Oh, we could have done that. Okay. So once that is done, yeah, time is correct. Make sure time is correct, time zone is correct. Otherwise, you will have issues with network services. So once the time is corrected, I'm going to close that. There's no save button here. So it is confirmed. I'm going to go to the checklist. And now after that, we're going to be doing, we're going to be giving our IP address. So let's put static IP. How do we do that? There's that server manager here, this one, suitcase icon, right? So let's click that. If you somehow closed it, you can go here and open it from here as well. And so once it is open, we can go to local server. There are other ways to go to the network card, but we're basically going to the network card to give a static IP. Local server, and there's an Ethernet 0. Let's go to IPv4 address. We need to give an IPv4, and we need to uncheck IPv6, right? So I'm going to go to Ethernet 0, IPv4. I'm going to click that. There's only one Ethernet 0. We're going to double click that too. We're going to go to the properties, right? And out of habit, I'm unchecking IPv6 because sometimes we're troubleshooting, we're pinging, and we get back IPv6 address, which we are not used to understanding. So we're unchecking it here. If you don't uncheck, it's still okay. But I'm unchecking it and then select this or double click it and select this or click properties or double click it directly to go inside IPv4. So double click that. And now we're going to give the IP. You're going to give your third octet, and I'm going to give my third octet, right? So 192.168, my third octet dot 1, right? Tab. If you press tab, it's going to just fill it up, or you can just fill it up yourself. 255, 255, 250. Tab again, default gateway. We're not putting any here, but in other machines, we're going to pretend we have a fake default gateway, and we're going to be putting default gateway for other machines, right? But here we don't have. And tab again. So I just went from tab again. So we're going to be putting the IP of this machine at IP address of this machine here. Why? Because anyone knows why? I'm going to be putting the same IP. Anyone knows why?
Yeah, you will run the DNS server on the same machine.
Exactly. Yeah. So we're going to be installing the DNS, as you said, on the same machine. So that's why we're going to be putting the same IP. Okay. So once that is done, and this is very important configuration. If this configuration is wrong, obviously, you will have issues later throughout the lab, rest of the labs, right? So that means it's an important configuration. And screenshot 2. So we're going to take screenshot 2, where your name is showing in the screenshot and your third octet is showing on the screenshot as well. So I'm just going to take a sample screenshot here. You're going to take a screenshot of your screen, and I'll just go down to screenshot 2, IP address given. So screenshot 2, label it screenshot 2. Okay, yeah, static IP given or IP address given, whatever you want to put. It's here, static IP given, and it has to be your third octet. Screenshot 2, static IP given. I'm going to take a sample screenshot, so later you want to check.
Sorry,
Yeah.
Syed, you want our name to appear in the same screenshot?
Yeah, so when you take a screenshot, you can take this on the top left. The name of your machine is showing, which will show me that it's your screenshot.
Okay.
So yeah, name of your name should be appearing there. Okay, so I'm going to select this area, and this is a sample screenshot I'm putting on WhatsApp. Suppose later you're still doing the lab and you wanted to see, oh, what was the screenshot to? So it's in the chat as well. O and K. And I'm putting regular jobs daily, nearly daily, on my WhatsApp group for which I put the link already. So hopefully you're checking what are today's job announcements and what are they requiring in terms of skills. Okay, so I'll go here. All right, so let's go ahead. And what we were confirming here, oh, that's later. Oh. Yeah, so IP address. I'm going to be giving that IP address here. Yeah, if it's done, just okay, close, right? So I'm just going to press OK. Make sure it's not 193 or 169. If any of these are incorrect, you will not be able to connect over the network to the other machine. So okay, close, right? And close. Okay, so IP address given. Yeah.
Sorry.
Yeah.
It showed me a message that the IP is invalid. There
Okay.
is something I have
Yeah.
to
So you
check.
have, yeah, see this? If I go to properties and go to this, so just compare
Yeah,
without the
yeah,
cursor.
I do something the same.
So it is 192. Is it 168?
Yes,
Is
and
it
12.
2555 here? Is it 192, 168 here as well?
Yes,
Hmm. Okay.
yes.
The
Did
default
you?
digit,
I
you have to
think
put 1.
Uh-huh.
You have to
Yeah.
put
I
at the
think
end 1,
it's
not
the
0.
first IP must not be assigned. I mean, the first and last are reserved for network address and broadcast address, I think.
Yeah.
So
So did you put instead of 1, did you put 0?
instead of 1, yes.
You have to put 1.
1.
Not before, it was just IP range I was giving. So that's why I put 00 or
Okay,
your address dot 0. So here we
okay,
have to put the machine name.
okay.
Okay. So here we cannot use 0 or 255. Okay. So once that is given, press O and K. Okay, and close. Okay, now we're going for the next step. So this is done, and rename the OS to your first name, Win0102, Win10, actually Win10, not 01. Okay, so what's the plan here, guys? We're gonna be giving names to. Okay, let me just make it a little bigger. Oh, okay, so here, if you're able to see, yeah, 210. We're giving the IP for the first machine 210, right? And the other machines will be 200.1. And why 200? Sorry, your third octet dot 10 for the first machine, and then your third octet dot 1, dot 2, and dot 3 for the next machines. It could be 20, it could be 40, it could be anything, right? So, but we're putting it here 10. And my suggestion is that your configuration should be exactly like what I'm showing here. So you could then, we could troubleshoot together as well if the configurations are same. Second thing is that we're going to name these machines as your first name ESXi01, ESXi0203. So according to the machine name, we're going to give the IP third octet dot 1 and ESXi01 third octet dot 2 and ESXi02 and so on, right? The first machine could be anything different than that. It could not be 1 because we're going to name ESXi as 1, 2, 3. So this, we're putting the naming convention as your first name, Win10, right? So that's okay. So Musab shows, there's a screenshot in the chat. Musab, so you entered an invalid subnet mask. Oh, Musab, you have to put 255.255.255.0 at the
Yeah,
end.
when I make 0 also, it gives me the same mistakes. So I change it to, I don't know.
No. You have to for 255 subnet mask. It has to be 0 at the end. Otherwise, it's not going to work.
Okay.
So
Okay.
you tried it.
Yeah, done. Thank you.
Is it working?
Yeah, it worked.
Okay, cool. Okay, guys. So yeah, this naming convention, because of that, we're putting that name. So that's why I'm going for this configuration. So now we're gonna give this name your first name Win10 and restart the machine. Right. So let's go there. And so we're in the server manager in the local server, and we're going to go to the computer name and we're going to change that. So I'm going to click that weird name here or random address here. And then I'm going to click this change here as well. And that's it. Now we give the name, your first name, Win10. Your first name, Win10, okay, restart, right? Your first name, Win10, okay, and then okay again, right?
Excuse me.
And then, yeah.
Why Win 10? It's we are installing Win 12 19
Win01.
19. We are installing server
According to
19
the
19.
protector. Oh, 19. Yeah, it could be anything. I mean, like other than 01, 02, 03, we can just give it any number, right?
Okay.
So, but just for consistency or similarity in configurations, I'm suggesting keep it like that. Otherwise, yeah, you can put it anything. Okay, close and restart. Go ahead and close and restart. Go ahead and close and restart. So once that is done, let's get going. Now, these are very easy steps, guys, but this is going to make our life much easier because later very complicated configurations are coming, but we're going to do it with fun. And I'm going to try to make it easy for you. Obviously, that's how difficult things can be learned if they are done with fun. Oh, wow, it rhymes. Done with fun. Okay, so rename the OS and restart. Done. Let's go. Let's check the power options screensaver. So now this is mucho importante. It's muy importante, right? I think that Spanish is good. Okay, maybe not. Maybe yes. So what is this? This is, if I go to the diagram, suppose we are working on this machine, right? Your first name Vin10, and then we started working on this machine, and there's a lot of configuration. So after 10 minutes, when we come back here, it's locked because it's screensaver time, and then we have to unlock it, and then we come back here, again after 10 minutes, and it's locked again. So every time we have to put password here. So we're gonna remove that auto locking because of the idle situation, that machine is not being used, it's gonna just lock itself, which is good. If you're in the office, it's good that it should lock itself if you're not using it. Here it's going to be annoying because we're going to be using it extensively during the lab. So let's configure, change the power options for screensaver. So idle timeout, this is also called idle timeout, IDLE timeout. Okay, anyway, so I'm gonna click here Control Alt Delete because we restarted, and then let's log in. Okay. Oh, 747. All right. Once we are logged in, let's change this setting and have our mid-class break after that. So, okay, here we need to change the screensaver or idle timeout. Okay. So I says in the chat, now I just saw the chat. So 2019, yeah, it's also okay. 19. Okay, anyway, so here, right click on this Windows icon. Now this is inside the machine. Don't go for your laptop Windows icon, right? This one, small one. Right click here and go way up to the power options like these, right? Right click here and then go way up to the power options, and then so change that slightly, just change 10 minutes to never. Okay, that's it. So once it is never, that's it, close it. And we have done our next step as well. So guys, we're gonna continue. Okay, let's finish this. These are, oh no, that's gonna take time. No, that's also small. Okay, let's finish this and then take a break, right? Okay, so let's turn off the IE enhanced security. So this thing in the browser, Internet Explorer browser, which we're not gonna use even, and its support is gone way back. Like Microsoft does not support it anymore if there are any bugs. So there's that setting that would not let us download anything, and that's the only browser we have right now, right? So we're gonna just change that IE advanced setting or enhanced setting. So where do we go and change that? If we are in the server manager, we're gonna go to the local server, right? And then we're going to drag this to the right side until we see IE enhanced security configuration. So it's not advanced, it's enhanced. And there's on, so we need to turn it off, right? So let's click the on button here for the IE enhanced security configuration. Turn off both profiles like Aziz. Off, off, right? All right. So once you turn it off, then you press OK. Make sure both are off. Actually, we just need one, but anyway, since we're here, so both are off. And refresh this.
Sorry, can you scroll screen a little bit down?
Sure, sure. Down. So server manager, local
I'm not
server.
looking at the full screen.
Oh, down like this, or down like this. So you should be on IE enhanced security and turn it off both profiles, administrators, and users. I hope that is done. And let's go ahead. So this is
we
done.
can have the administration, is that correct? Or the user?
Yeah, both administrator and user.
Okay.
Now we're going to open the IE or Internet Explorer, and we're going to download Google Chrome, right? So we're going to open Internet Explorer, and we're going to download Google Chrome. Once that is downloaded, then we're going to take a snapshot of this whole virtual machine. So let's get going. Okay, so here, yeah.
I mean there is no connectivity between. I mean, it's showing us limited connectivity.
For yeah, this one.
Yeah.
Because we put static IP, so this IP is different from the Humber IP from which we were getting internet. So once our machine IP is different, we will no longer have internet. So that's a very good point. We should have installed that when we had internet, and then we should have put the static IP instead of first we put the static IP and no, we don't have internet. So now we have to remove it, make it, free IP from DHCP, install Google Chrome, and then come back here and put the static IP. Ouch. Okay, that's a good point.
Excuse me.
Yeah, you were saying?
Yeah, on your scenario, do we have to set the last octet of IP address to 10 instead of 1?
So here we can, so if we go to the diagram here, so last octet is 10 because we wanted it to be different from this 1, 2, and 3 that we're going to be giving to the next machines. So that's why it could be 4, it could be 5, it could be anything else other than 1, 2, 3. But so I went for 10. It could be 20, it could be 30, it could be anything.
Okay.
Okay. So here we wanted to download Google Chrome, and my bad that this step was supposed to be here. So because till then we had internet connection. So now we don't have internet connection because we give this IP. So we're going to remove this. We're going to get internet. We're going to install Google Chrome. Then we're going to come back here and put it back, right? That's one way. Second way is, which is longer, and we don't have to go that way. But second way is that you don't have to touch that one network card, right? So suppose there's a network card here, right? This network card has static IP, so no internet coming from there. So we could add another network card, which will have internet because we're not give here static IP, right? But then we have to shut down the machine, add the new card, then start the machine, and then we will get internet. So instead, let's remove the IP, get the internet, install Google Chrome, and put the IP back. Okay, so that said, let's go ahead. So here, server manager, local server. Let's get back to this and simply, put it back to dynamic. So I'm going to click this, double click Ethernet 0, where we went before to put the IP. We're going to go to the same place to remove the IP temporarily. So properties, right? And double click IP version 4 and obtain an IP automatically here. So it removes this, and obtain an IP automatically here. It removes this, right? Now we will get internet and gain again. So I'm just going to press O and K. Go ahead and press OK, and it should give you back the internet. Yep, internet's back. Let's open the browser now, download Google Chrome, and then come back here and put back that same IP again, right? Okay, so I'm going to go down here to, because we got internet connection, the yellow sign is gone. When I open the Internet Explorer, it opens up this window, right? So I'm just going to simply close this. And I need to just simply put here, download Google Chrome, right? Here, download Chrome or Google Chrome, right? Press enter. I'll expand that and go down. Yeah, it's pretty straightforward, right? Just go ahead and download. So there it is. Google Chrome, download fast. Help make Google Chrome better. We don't want to make it better, so uncheck that. Oh, actually we want to make it better. So Google download Chrome. You can run directly or you can save. I'll just save it first and then run for it. Okay, save and run. Okay, so once it is installed, we do not need internet again, and we're going to put back the IP, static IP, and we're going to lose internet, but we actually don't need internet after that. So yep, Google Chrome is installed. It says sign in. I'm just going to click don't sign in. And yes, we do need it to be set as default, right? Like if you missed it, it's okay, it doesn't matter. Okay, it says that you have to set it default, so you have to select it like this, choose an app. So select this, that's it. Now it's the default browser. So we need it to be default. And close this. If you see enhanced add privacy in Chrome, you have to click it, otherwise it don't let you do anything. And click that and got it. You have to just click several things here. Okay, I'm gonna minimize the Google Chrome because I need to go back to put the IP. Where do I put the IP? Network connections is still open, right? I need to go back and put the same IP back. I hope we all remember the steps now. So I'm gonna double click that. Properties again, right? Anyone wants me to repeat just recent steps and not from the start? Can ask me. Okay. Double click IPv4 and make sure, be careful here, 192.168, your third octet, not mine, 1. Then you put tab and it will autocomplete 255, 255, 250, tab again, nothing in the default gateway, tab and another tab, prefer DNS, which will be the same IP as the IP of our machine at the top. So 192.168, your third octet dot 1, because we intend to install the DNS service on this machine as well. So that's why the IP would be the same for DNS as well. Prefer DNS. Okay.
.1 or .n servers?
Yeah.
Should they be
Dot 10 or
.10, yeah?
dot 1?
Yes.
Oh, did I put one? What is wrong with me? Okay, it happens when you hadn't had dinner. Okay, it's 10. Thank you for pointing this mistake out. It's 10. Yes, according to the plan.
I think we need to take another screenshot because the last one is 1.
Oh, last one is 1. Ouch. That's bad. Yeah, this was an old screenshot, but yeah, last one was 1. So let's take a screenshot again. Sorry, guys, my bad.
It's
So
okay, because you did 1,000 tab and right. So we took all your energy.
And it's gonna be in my dreams tonight as well. Tab. Okay. So yeah, you're right. So yeah, tab. Did I say tab? See? Okay, 10. So 10 here, and yeah, screenshot again, guys. Remove that screenshot because if we put 1, our next plan will be all. We have to change that too. So we don't want to change that plan where E6I01 should be 1, right? So let's put it 10 now. Screenshot again, that will be screenshot 2 again, right? And we're going to remove the previous one and put this one. Hey, there are 3 hands up. Are there any questions or you're exercising?
Sir, my VM is not working.
Your VM is not working?
Yes, Alex.
Okay. All right, guys. Yeah. Oh, okay. Let me check that after these messages. No, after this screenshot. So let's take a screenshot of this. This is again, make sure it is 10. And that's good that we removed it and put it because we put 1, which was going to destroy our plans, later ones. So yeah, 10, take a screenshot. Label is still the same, which we put before. Screenshot 2 dash static IP given. Screenshot 2 dash static IP given. So that's the label or name of the screenshot, and the screenshot itself would be, and make sure it's 10. So that's good that we revisited.
All we will put 10, all of us.
Sorry again.
All we will put 10.
Yes, guys. It has to be 10. It must be 10. 10. So everyone, please make sure it's not 1. It's 10 because the next machine will have 1. And according to the lab, I mean, you know.
So
with
we are not.
Yeah.
We are not going to use the IP range you have given us, or?
Oh, so that is different, right? So let me explain. So when we are using for the first machine 192.168, you will still use your third octet, right? My third octet is this. We're talking about that I mistakenly put 1 at the last one. Last octet, I put 1 while I was supposed to put 10 here, not 1. See, in the lab, it's 10 here, right? So before we took a screenshot even, and I forgot to say that it's supposed to be 10. We all put 1 here. Now when we revisited, then I realized that my mistake, and yeah, you also mentioned. So it's supposed to be 10, but this never changes. This, what you have, what is given to you will remain there till the end of this course. So third, whatever I gave you, you have to put that. It's the we were talking about the last one only. It has to be 10.
We will delete the previous screenshot and we'll put this.
Yeah. So for last one, instead of 1, put 10.
Put 10. Yes. Okay. Got it.
But the second last one, it remains whatever I gave you. Keep it. This cannot be changed. Only this is changing. Last one.
Okay. Thank you.
Thank you. All right. So let's get going. So it has to be 10, 10, 10, 10, 10, 10. And hopefully you've taken the screenshot with your name showing on the top left, right? Left, right. Oh, okay. Anyway, so press O and K. Yeah, otherwise, you know, way after creating the second machine, maybe I would have realized, oh, it was not supposed to be one. It was one.
Is
Yeah.
it possible to put all the screenshot for today in one PDF, in one file?
Yeah, in one Word file, you have to put all 3, 4, or 5,
Okay.
whatever number of screenshots we take in one
Okay.
Word.
Okay.
Okay, so once we have put 10 here, we're good now. So the last configuration here is, so this is supposed to be 10, and Google Chrome is installed as well. And now the last thing, and the last thing is, oh, there are still hands up. Mingling, you have a question? Hand is raised. Okay, so let's take snapshot. So what is a snapshot? Snapshot is just point in time backup, which means that we are taking a snapshot of the current state of the virtual machine. Current state is that you have, so you have to go here to take a snapshot, right? So current state means we have whatever we have configured till now, the whole configuration will be saved separately in a file. If we want to come back to this configuration, suppose we messed up our machine in the third, fourth, fifth lab, and we want to come back. So when we come back to this snapshot, we don't have to do all this, right? If we take a snapshot today, and if we had to come back to this, we will start after this. So this will all be configured for us already, right? So it will save us a lot of time. That's the main purpose of taking a snapshot. So actions, you have to go to the vCloud, and you have to go to actions, and where is the snapshot? Down. So this is the snapshot, create snapshot. If you got it, go ahead and click create snapshot. And without so snapshot, the memory of the virtual machine, yeah, it's okay. Memory of the virtual machine means, suppose there are some in memory, normally the virtual machine is loaded, first thing. Second thing, suppose you've opened a lot of windows. Suppose there are many users connected to your Windows, this machine, right? So all that is also stored in the memory. So whatever temporarily opened windows and connections are there, it will save that information as well. Not remote connections, but whatever Windows was open, it takes a snapshot of that too. Quizzes, the guest file requires install, so we don't need to do that, since I just started doing that every time. So QUIESCE. Silent the machine, seriously? So to quizzes is to pause or alter a device or application to achieve a consistent state. So we don't need to do that too. So we don't need to pause the machine, right? So I was just reading from here. Thanks, Google. So to quizzes is to pause or alter a device or applications to achieve a consistent state. So again, this just simply puts more emphasis on, you have opened any kind of, maybe you have opened 3 or 4 or 10 or 20 windows there for different applications. Quizzes will simply keep it consistent, keep it the same configuration, or once you next time open it, the same exact windows will be open with all the values. It's like frozen in time kind of thing, right? So pausing the configuration state. Okay, I'm gonna go back here. Oops. And just select the first one and create. Just turn on the first one and create. Okay, guys, so let us take a break, right? So I'm going to be putting here class starts at 9. No way. So 809, 819, 829. Okay, so the next steps are, if we go here, so install the Active Directory, and there are some steps that we need to do here. Then install the DNS, and there are a few steps that we have to do here, and then install DHCP and few of the configurational steps we have to do. So first of all, Active Directory, as we talked about that it offers AAA one thing, and the second thing is so it's authentication, authorization, accounting, right? AAA. It offers AAA, but we also already know that VMware, for its own authentication, authorization, and accounting, does not need the help of Microsoft's Active Directory. VMware has its own authentication, authorization, and accounting mechanism in vCenter. Yeah. So, but we are installing this because we need to see how to integrate a Microsoft's Active Directory product to VMware's vCenter product. So, because you're going to find majority of the environments, you will find these two installed always. Suppose you have to troubleshoot. Suppose somebody already installed it. You joined. Somebody installed it 2 years ago. You joined today, right? And there's some issue with the synchronization. You create two new users here, but they are not synchronizing. They are not appearing here, these two users, right? So then you have to check that what is the problem with the synchronization. So that's why if you know step by step how to connect the two products, then you will know how to troubleshoot it as well. Okay, so that's, we're going to install Active Directory here. If we don't install Active Directory, VMware will work fine, here, right? But because it's a common installation in all the environments, majority of the environments, so that's what we're installing. Let's go ahead. So first we're going to install Active Directory, and we're going to install DNS with it. And let's get going. So on this machine, we are already on the dashboard. So in Server Manager, we're going to go to Dashboard this time, right? And we're going to click Add Roles and Features. So once we click Add Roles and Features, this window should open, and then we can click Next. Nothing on this page. Role-based or feature-based install, yes. So no change on this page, and click Next. And here, so the name of the window is appearing fine, IP of the window is appearing fine. So no change on this page, and click Next. Right? Anyone near to it and a bit behind, let me know. I can repeat the steps. Right? Okay. So here we need to select the second one, which is Active Directory Domain Services. So we're going to select this, and then there will be a pop-up window. We're going to select that too and press OK. So first we're going to select this second one. Don't select the first one. Select the second one. And it will pop up that you want to add with that role these features as well to help with the role. And we just simply say add features. So click here. We want to also install DHCP. Now we could select DNS here as well, because we do need to install, but we're not going to select DNS here. Why? Because Active Directory will install DNS for us when it is being installed. So I'm going to show that later as well. But right now, yes, we do install DHCP as well. So I'm just going to click that. It's going to also have a pop-up. We're going to select add features to that too. So I'm going to click that. It pops up here like this. Click add features, and the two we have selected, and click next. So since we selected all the features for those roles, so nothing to select here on this page. So I'm going to click next. No change on this page. Next. That's just introduction and Azure Active Directory. Anyone knows the new name of Azure Active Directory? New name of Azure Active Directory in the cloud?
Entra ID.
Exactly. Entra ID. Entra. Right? Okay. So next. No change on this page. No change on this page as well. DHCP introduction. And yeah, that's it. So we're just going to click in and install. Okay, so once this is done, do not close this page, and we're going to start the deployment of the forest, the site, the domain, the tree, the leaves, the branches. Okay, no. So it's Windows Forest, right? Basically, we're going to create a domain, which is a network of Microsoft machines, operating systems, resources, and logical boundary. So, and yeah, the rule is that you cannot be ahead of the teacher if you're here in the bar, so you can push from the mouse back. So I could go ahead, right? More marks for that, right? Okay. If you're already done, yes, push it back. I'll pull it. Okay, now it's not moving. Oh, it moved. Okay. Okay. I used to teach MCSE. Wow. So I used to talk about each and every word. Why is that? Why? So there was so many diagrams. Now I just fly by this because this is not our topic. Okay, so guys, you don't have to really close this window because when the word close written here, so the hand just forcefully goes there and clicks it, because otherwise something will happen to the hand. So just try to resist that and click this, promote this server to domain controller. Or if you could not resist and you click the close button, then you can click here and also promote this server to domain controller, same thing, right? So promote the server to a domain controller. I'm just going to click that. And anyone knows which one to select here for the first domain controller? Second option, first option, third option, which one?
A new forest?
Yes, exactly. Add a new forest, and it's going to know the name of the domain or the name of Microsoft network, right? So it will be your first name, hum.local, right? Your first name, hum.local. You can just put any name, Lexus. Ferrari or elephant.mouse. There has to be a dot inside, in between, right? So there's a prefix and there's a suffix. Anyway, so let's keep it, the same similar configuration. So your first name hum.local and click next. Okay, on the next page, you can see that domain name system or DNS, it's gonna install for us. If we had already installed that DNS somewhere else, then we could uncheck that, but we didn't. So we need Active Directory to install the DNS and in fact configure one section of the DNS automatically for us. So we're gonna see that in detail as well. So right now it's the class password here, or whatever password you want to give, and don't forget that. So class password, small ABC, capital ABC, shift123, and without shift123. Do not give this password to your bank accounts or any other thing, because students in some classes, some colleges have told me that they are so used to this, doing the lab again and again and putting this password, they start putting it for their bank accounts. So this password is in the dark web. This is one of the most famous passwords, because in so many colleges and universities, I have put this same one and students have been using that. So yeah, it was in the reports Microsoft said in certain online configurations that this password is already in the dark web. So don't put it for your bank accounts. Okay. Anyway, so next. And yeah, so it says that it's trying to see or search for a DNS zone. It cannot find one. It cannot find one because we don't have a zone yet created. We are still in the process of installing DNS, so nothing to do on this page. And click next. NetBIOS domain name is just for those legacy applications that connect to the Active Directory, that can only connect to Active Directory by a single name and not by that format of something dot something or prefix dot suffix. So for those legacy applications, it's NetBIOS name. We're just gonna not change anything here. No change on this page, and click next. Okay, this is the path of the Active Directory in this machine. It's okay. Click next. This is the summary of the settings that we chose, and click next. And verifying prerequisites for domain controller operation. So it's going to give 2 warnings, and we're going to ignore that and start the installation. So warning number 1 is that if you have a very old NT 4.0, so this server, this domain controller cannot communicate securely with that. So we don't have any such thing. We can ignore that. Second thing is it couldn't find the DNS zone. Hey, we are in the process of installing DNS, so that's why it couldn't find it. So we can ignore both these warnings and click install. So this is going to take a bit of time. Till then, what we can discuss is that we're installing Active Directory now, and then we're going to install DNS. DNS has 2 sections there: the forward lookup zone and reverse lookup zone. So forward lookup zone, it resolves computer names to IP addresses. Reverse lookup zone, it resolves IP addresses to computer names, right? So you want to connect to forward lookup zone. If you want to connect to any device by name and you want to connect, you have the IP, and you want to connect by name, right? So that request goes to the DNS, and then the DNS checks if it has the list. DNS has what? Name, IP, name, IP, name, IP. That's what DNS has, right? So DNS checks that, oh, with this name, the IP is this. Okay, and I have that name as well as the IP here. So it will DNS will let the user connect by name. And by name, we need to connect because suppose there are 200 of these hypervisors here, and all those, or these hosts, right? We will be creating 3 hypervisors. Suppose there are 200 in a big environment. So if every hypervisor has some IP there, so you won't be able to really remember. Instead, by name, we connect to all the hypervisors. Suppose there's a Toronto branch here, and there is a New York branch here, right? So you can name it exactly like that. That suppose this is the Tor or just T. So Tor ESXi 01, and for New York NY ESXi 05. Suppose there are till 1 till 4 are there, and 5 till 10 are in New York, right? So the thing is, by name, you get to know right away the location of the hypervisor. Or suppose it has very good configuration, so you can also put some kind of coded word there, like 011. The last one is that it is 1 terabyte RAM, or 013. So 1 terabyte RAM and 3.5 gigahertz core processors, or 16 core processors. So normally administrators just go for, suppose, very random names for all the servers, like EA643 TUN. And then they have this naming convention with everything meaning something. Suppose this is this 4 is just the floor name, and 3 is just the office name, right? Office number. And T is something else, U is something else, N is something else. So that everything means, but it is random, because then if hackers have gotten access to the network, the machines should not be obviously named. Like suppose this is a very important machine with all the infrastructure services, and you name it as domain controller or admin machine, or maybe another name you can give, very creative one, that this is not the most important machine. You can just name it like that, the most unimportant machine, or unimportant 01. So hackers will think that, hey, I think this machine is very important, let's hack that first. Random names, but administrators have an Excel file, suppose, or Word file explaining those names for everything. Anyway, so naming convention and by name access is very, very important anywhere in any network. Okay, anyone's machine already started? Or anyone already logged in? No, right? Okay, still loading. Okay, so forward lookup zone Active Directory will already configure. Now when we log in, forward lookup zone is already configured, right? And we're going to confirm that too. But reverse lookup zone will be not configured. Now for our name resolution, for our DNS, not configured, right? So for our DNS needs, if only forward lookup zone is configured and reverse lookup zone is not configured, it is okay, and DNS will work just fine, right? But for big environments where suppose there's Exchange server, there are some applications that do for their best practices, they do require that reverse lookup zone be configured as well. So we're going to configure reverse lookup zone as well. But if we don't configure reverse lookup zone right now, after we log in, our name service or name resolution service is working fine. VMware environment will work fine if we leave it as is. But for best practice, we're going to configure this reverse lookup zone manually ourselves, right? So, okay. Any good news? No? Okay.
Sorry, Amir, a quick question.
Yeah,
in production, like in the real environment, the DNS, should it stay outside the VMware network, like this, like in the lab now?
Outside, well, DNS services are available as infrastructure services. Some people do put it in the edge network or demilitarized zone, DMZ, as well, for outside services to connect to DNS. Otherwise, it's basically in the same network, because name resolution services are critical for all the VMware machines as well. If you want to connect to ESXi, VMware ESXi machine, name resolution services have to be available right away.
So
Otherwise,
it can be okay. Yeah. So it can be like on one of the ESX, like a regular, like the other machines.
Yeah. Okay, so suppose there's a virtual machine on top of ESXi server. Yes, one of them could be DNS machine as well.
Okay.
And it could be also put as DNS1 and secondary DNS as well. Two machines here, and they could also synchronize with each other as well. But yes, they could be put as a virtual machine, providing the name resolution services to this very machine on which it is working, and others, obviously. Yeah.
Okay, all right. Thank you.
And okay, I'm back. Woohoo. Okay, so Control-Alt-Delete, we're gonna click that and we're gonna log in, right? I hope everyone's reached there. Now you see the domain name / username, which is the administrator, and now the domain administrator as well, which it has all the powers across the whole Microsoft network. and we're going to log in from it. In fact, let me just explain the next step, which we immediately need to do. So once Active Directory is installed and we are logging into the administrator, we're going to not use throughout the course the administrator account itself. We're going to create a copy of the administrator account. This means that we're going to create a new account that will have all the powers of the administrator, domain administrator, but it will not be that domain administrator account. So we're going to keep it as a backup account. Suppose we create a new account and we are stuck with it, or we forgot the password, we still will have another account to log in from in case we forgot the password for this one, right? Or we messed up this account. So now we're going to log in from this account. We're going to open Active Directory, AD USR, Active Directory users and computers, ADUC, and we're going to just copy this, create a new account as a copy of this account. Then we're going to log out from this account, and always onwards till the end of the course, we're going to log in only from this account, new account, your first name, admin. Okay, so let's log in from this account and then create a copy of this account, log out from this account, and log in later onwards from this account, always. Okay, so small ABC, capital C, shape 1 to 3, dash 1 to 3, enter. Okay, so once the server manager starts, we're going to go to the top right to the tools section. We're going to drop down from the tools, and then so server manager is open. So you can see on the top right, there's this one. Let's click the tools and go to Active Directory users and services, and then do what we planned to do. So I'm going to click tools, and there is Active Directory users and computers, right? And click that. Wow, nobody's falling behind. That's great. Or maybe.
No, I am.
Oh, okay. I mean, like if you're near, I can repeat the steps. But if you're very far behind, then then yeah, wait for the video, and I'll try to upload both videos tonight.
I'm ready.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. Any questions?
Where did you click again? My one just loaded. For the Active Directory. For the Active Directory, yeah.
Yeah. Where did I go?
Yes.
So as soon as it loaded, tools and Active Directory and computers. Right?
Oh, thanks.
NK, welcome. Okay, so tools and yeah, so I've opened that already. Oh, I closed it. So tools and Active Directory and computers. Once that is open, so we're gonna go to, this is our domain name, your first name, humb.local. So expand that. So it expands. There are some containers here, and we're gonna go down to the last container, which is users. Once you click the users on the right side, there are groups and users and groups, right? So the top one is the user that we have logged in from right now. So this is that user, right? We're going to create a copy of it. So you have to right click on the blue selected line here, like Aziz, blue selected line, right click, and click copy. Once you click copy and P, so this screen opens, and you have to write 828. Oh, I don't see the chat at 828. Mosa was showing a screenshot. I hope you're way ahead of that. Yep.
I'm good.
Okay, sorry, I didn't get it. You were saying something?
No, I say I'm good. I'm fine.
Oh, you're there. Okay, cool.
Yeah.
All right. So we're gonna put your first name admin, your first name admin, and then right click and copy this and paste here in this third window your first name admin, and it will automatically populate here your first name admin. But it has all the powers of this most powerful user account here. So once you've put that your first name admin, click next. And you have to put the password, the class password. O and K. So yeah, in production environment, in real environment, we don't click this option, password never expires. It's good to expire, and we should change that password regularly. But here for the lab, we're just gonna keep it like that. So we need to understand other things. So yeah, once you put the password like this and it's exactly like that, let's click next. This is a summary, and let's click finito. Right? Okay, now this account has been created, which has the same powers as this account. So we're going to keep this administrator account as a backup. I'm going to start using onwards from today this account. Since we are logged in from administrator account, we're going to log out from here now, and we're going to log in from the new account that we just created now. So I'm going to go down, 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 right click here, and there is sign and out. So sign out, right? So right click here, shut down or sign out, and sign out. Sayonara. I hope that's the same thing. Oh, no. Okay. So sign out. Once you do that, remember not to log back into the same account. So I'm going to Control Alt Delete. We're not going to log in from this account now onwards. So we're going to go to other user. So other user. And we're going to put that new username, your first name admin. Oh, it's your first name, not my first name. And the password that you give. All right. Hopefully everyone is able to log in from there. There's a hand raised there. I think it's for exercise, but I'll still ask. Okay, cool. So Mariam has raised hand.
Yes. I wanted to ask, I got lost somewhere.
Yeah.
At the part where you created the user account.
Oh, okay.
I saw you copying. I think that's the part where I lagged behind.
Okay. So you created another user account like this?
Just a second.
Your
I'm creating Mariam admin.
Okay.
But I saw you copying. Should I do the same, or should I just assign admin permissions to this account? How should I proceed?
No. So you have to copy, and I can quickly connect to your machine and do that if you want.
Okay, let me close here.
Okay, so I'll quickly switch to that. Anyone else just this much behind is okay. So I'll quickly. Yeah, there. Okay, you're there. I'll just copy this, and
but I didn't copy the admin account.
Ooh, okay. So that's why I just copied it and canceled it. So I'm going to select this first, and then right click it and copy. Anyone else who didn't do that, you can do that. You can repeat this process. So copy again, select this account on the blue area, right click and copy. and it's being recorded, so you're going to see that video. If you don't see that video by tomorrow, just put on this WhatsApp group, hey teach, where's the video, right? Okay, so yeah, that's it. So you copy the same thing here, next, and you're using the same class password, right?
Yes.
Okay, so I'll just put that. And password never expires is okay, and next, and finito. And then we need to actually log out. So I'll just log out, sign out, and Control Alt Admin. I'm gonna go to other user. Hopefully you remember all these steps.
Yes.
And okay. Oh, Control V. No. Okay. Yeah. From here you can log in yourself. So you can take over.
Thank you so much.
You're welcome. Anyone else? Okay. So yeah. So I'm back to my machine here. We are logged in from your first name admin, and we're gonna always throughout the course use this account, O and K. So if we get the steps, we have done this. And once this is done, so we need to go to DNS, and we're gonna check out DNS configuration, power lookup zone. And is there a record for the virtual machine? So let's check it all out. So if you're in the machine like Aziz, so go on the top to the tools area, because you need to open DNS from the tools area inside server manager. Inside server manager, go to tools and down to Aziz guy, the DNS. Once we click DNS, this window will open. So we need to expand that. And we need to click on top of this and expand this guy as well. Anyone wants me to repeat these recent steps? Let me know.
Yes, please.
Yeah. Okay. So I'm going to close this. Have you logged in from your first name admin?
Yes, please.
Okay. So once you've logged in from your first name admin, go to the top right tools, and then go down to DNS and open it. Click on it. Once you open it, just click on the name and expand that like Aziz. Right? Okay. Hopefully that was done. And let's click the forward lookup zone. Once and expand that, right? So once we have installed Active Directory, I had mentioned that forward lookup zone will be configured automatically, but reverse lookup zone will be empty. At this particular situation where forward lookup zone is configured, that is mainly required for the name resolution to work. Forward lookup zone is configured, that is good, right? So if we expand the forward lookup zone, you can see that your domain zone is also mentioned there. Zone means, DNS zone means it has information about the machines, right? Itself, start of the authority, name server. Name server means this is the machine that's going to resolve computer names to IP addresses and IP addresses to computer names. So there are records here that are very important. So as I was saying before, that DNS has name of a machine and IP of a machine, right? So forward lookup zone section of the DNS has name of the machine and IP of the machine, right? Suppose there are printers there and you give a IP to that, and by name you want to give access. You go to the printer, network printer, you give the name there as well, and then you come back here and you create an A record, host A record here. You put the name, you put the IP here. This means that by name over the network, anyone can connect to that printer as well, or add it somewhere by name instead of IP, right? We're going to do that for our E6i hosts later as well. But right now it's good to know that we have for this virtual machine, we have a host A record already created here with a name and IP already there, right? But if we go to the reverse lookup zone, this is not configured. And again and again, I'm saying that if we don't configure that, it is still going to work fine. But just we're going to configure it for the best practices, vendor best practices for large environments only. Even in large environments, it depends on administrators. They don't want to configure, or there are no such application that would require this to be configured. So anyway, before we start configuring more, if we can go down there to the search, click here and type CMD and press enter, right? Then the command line window will open, and then we're going to type there NSLOOKUP. So first, I've clicked the search, then I'm going to type here CMD command, right? And press enter. Oh, I mean, like, it's kind of searching here for me. Yeah, there are dots here that I'm following with the mouse, and there are dots here that I'm following with the mouse. So I'll keep doing that till 10 o'clock. Okay, so why did it appear? So I'm going to just click here again and CMD. Okay, I'm going to go the other way. So right click on this Windows icon and go to run and type CMD, right? So either in search, if the CMD comes up, just click it, or go to right click here, run, and then click the run and the CMD and press OK. If anyone is just recently behind, let me know. So once you have the command open, NSLOOKUP, one word.
No, yeah. Purpose way are not working. No run. I didn't find the run.
Oh, see this? If you right click on this window,
no.
Exactly on this window, right?
Yeah.
You see this?
No.
Hey, are you right clicking on the actual laptop window or the virtual machine window?
The virtual machine window.
So if you right click,
yeah, right. Okay, got this.
Okay. Run and then type CMD and press enter.
Yeah, thank you.
Well, okay. So once the command prompt is open, just type NSLOOKUP. What does that mean? NS means name server, lookup means search. So search for my name server, which it actually is asking, hey, what is the fully qualified domain name and IP of this DNS server, right? Or whatever DNS server I have in this network, what is the fully qualified domain name? So when we say FQDN, fully qualified domain name, what does that mean? Fully qualified domain name means, if I go here and click here, so name of the machine and the domain name of the machine, right? Fully qualified domain name means this machine by this name is part of this network or this domain, right? So this is called FQDN, or fully qualified domain name, the name of the machine and the network it belongs to. So if I go to NSLOOKUP, if it is properly configured, then it should give me the correct name of the machine and network or domain name and the correct IP, right? It should, but it's not gonna. And we're gonna configure that. So I'm gonna press enter. So enter, and the both answers are wrong or not configured properly. Localhost, yes. I mean, localhost means this machine. Yeah, but I want to know the fully qualified domain name, like name of this machine and the domain it belongs to, the name of that domain or network, right? And the IP of this machine is not 127. This is loopback address. This means me. This machine is saying, this is me. So we want the proper name of IP of the machine, 192.168.0.3.10, right? So it didn't show me both information. So let's quickly configure that And for that, we need to create reverse lookup zone. So we are in the interactive zone or part of this NS lookup. I'm just going to come out of this interactive part. How? Control C. Control C, and you will be out of NS lookup interactive area. So now we need to configure it. So what we're going to do is we're just going to
sorry Amir, for me, instead of the local host IP, it's giving me the IPv6 address. So should I disable IPv6 on the network card?
Yes, exactly. You know how to?
Yeah, okay, no problem. Yeah.
Okay, great. So yeah, if it's IPv6, then we uncheck that in the network card. So now let's fix that, right? So how do we fix that? First of all, let's fix the IP. This is the easier one, right? So how do we fix the IP? We just simply visit that IP address where we gave the temporary IP address. We're going to give that, not temporary, where we gave the static IP. We're going to go there. I'm going to check that. What is the IP of our DNS, right? Okay, so I'm going to not close it. I'm going to minimize it. Only minimize the command prompt. It will be here, right? So minimize this. Okay, so I need to go to, I'm already in the local server. I need to go to where I gave the static IP. We all know now, right? Where it is. So it is Ethernet 0. Excuse me. So click local server, click Ethernet 0 on the IP address, and you know where to go. So double click this, click properties, right? Anyone just nearly behind, let me know. I can repeat these steps. Okay, so we need to just double click this one, right? And it's 127.0.0.1. Oh, didn't we put here 191.60.0.10? How come it is 127.0.0.1? That's not good. So it changes. So what happens is when we were installing Active Directory, so when we were installing Active Directory in this machine, at that time the IP was this, but when it was restarting, it after Active Directory installation, when it was restarting, it discovered that, oh, the DNS I was supposed to go to is myself. So it says that preferred DNS, it just gave this 127 loopback address, which means me, right? Loopback address. So 127.0.0.1, it just changed that IP of the preferred DNS, and seeing that it itself is the DNS server, right? It just does it once when we install the Active Directory with DNS, or when it's installing the DNS, only then it does that. So what we can do is we can just change it back to the proper IP of the machine, which is 192.168.0.10. Right? So we're gonna, yeah.
Excuse me, sir. So if you, for example, there is some issues and the server restarts, so in this case, it will take this address of localhost.
No, that's it. So only when it's installing the DNS for the first time here in the machine.
First time. Okay.
Yeah,
for the first
only
time.
then. Now, anytime it restarts, it's the IP now we give will remain forever. Okay, so here we're gonna just change that, and 192 dot whatever the IP of this machine, right, which is on the top already, 192.168. Your third octet, you will write your third octet 10. That is only once when the first time the DNS is being installed, right? ONK and then ONK and then yeah, just okay, close, and you know we did that 3 times. Third time now we're doing, right? So close that. Hopefully everyone's there, and I can repeat recent steps if anyone wants. So here, now we need to go back to the CMD. We're gonna type the same command nslookup. We're gonna enter that, and this time we are expecting the IP to be correct, right? So click that. And either we type it or we up arrow on the keyboard will get you the last command. Yeah, there is a hand raised. Where are you?
Yeah, my NS looks up, gives me DNS request timeout, default server unknown.
So this is the first time you were doing that or now?
No, it first brought that. I disabled it was giving me address of IP version 6. I disabled IP version 6. So it now brings me, it times out unknown default server, but it still brings the 910. I don't know what that means.
Okay,
it still brings the IP version 4, but it first brings times out and unknown. Is that okay?
No. Did you uncheck IPv4 as well?
No, I did not. Just IPv6.
Okay. So for the, I'm going to connect your machine now quickly. Oh, is it like this?
Just a second.
Yeah, mine is like this.
Yes.
Yeah, mine is also.
Yeah, so it is supposed to be like this. Right now, it is supposed to be like this. So it's okay. Because we still need to configure the name portion of that, right? Okay.
Okay. Thank you.
You're welcome. Okay. So guys, at least the IP is corrected. Before IP was also wrong, right? Now IP is corrected, but name needs to be corrected now. So how do we do that? We're going to install, we're going to configure reverse lookup zone of DNS, which was not configured. And then we're going to come back here and we're going to expect that it's going to properly give us fully qualified domain name, which is the name of the machine dot name of the domain, right? So we're going to minimize this again. And where's the DNS? Yeah, you were saying? Yeah, anyone said something?
DNS manager and create a new zone for the reverse lookup zone.
Yeah. No, somebody else had a question, I thought. Okay, so let's go down to this dots. This is the DNS that we had open. If it's not open, just go to tools and open DNS again if this one is not there. So click this icon here. And now reverse lookup zone, right? So in reverse lookup zone, we need to configure it because it's empty. So right click here on the reverse lookup zone and click new zone. So once you click new zone, so it looks like this. Let's click next. And it says primary zone, secondary zone, stub zone, and stores the zone in Active Directory. So primary zone is the read and write copy of the DNS. Secondary zone is the read-only copy of the DNS. Stub zone does not keep the DNS record or DNS file itself for a small branch or just redirector. And store the zone in Active Directory means that secure the zone or those A records or pointer records there. I'm going to tell you what is pointer records as well. Store all the records or encrypt or secure all those records so you can store the zone in Active Directory, right? We're going to keep it like that. No changes on this page and click next. Okay, it just says that if there's another DNS server somewhere, it's going to update that DNS server. Hey, DNS server, I have a reverse lookup zone configured just now. So can you update yourself as well? So we don't have another DNS server in this network. We only have just one. So this page does not apply to us. Okay, I'm going to click next. No change on this page. And yes, we are using IPv4. So no change on this page as well. Now it is saying, hey, what is your network ID? Which means the first 3 octets it needs to know only, not the client IP. So 192.168 and your third octet. That's all it needs to know. Because for this particular network, it's gonna, provide its services. So in my case, my third octet, in your case, your third octet. Yeah. Okay. So we configure just this and click, make sure it is 192.168, right? And click next, right? Okay, this is just saying that if there's another Active Directory, then it's going to update that securely, the DNS records in that other Active Directory and DNS. We don't have any such thing, so dynamic updates will not happen. So whatever is there, configured, no change on this page, and click next. And finito, right? Okay, make sure it's good. Whenever we make a change in the DNS, always go up here to the DNS level and refresh just a few million times. So right click here on the name of the DNS and refresh. Since it is selected, and refresh is here as well, so refresh, 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 refresh. Okay, so once it is refreshed, I need to go inside the reverse lookup zone to see how does it look like now, right? So I'm going to expand that, and there is the zone. Yeah, there's a hand raise, Stephen.
Oh yeah, I think I'm behind. I don't know how you set up your reverse lookup zone.
Okay, so here in the reverse lookup zone, you first left click the zone.
Okay.
To select it, and then right click the zone.
Okay.
New zone, click
Okay.
that. Then click
Okay.
next. And no change on the first page. Next.
Okay.
Next. No change.
Okay.
Next. No change.
Okay.
And on this network ID, just type 192.168 and your third octet.
Okay. Okay.
That's it. Next, next, finish.
Okay. Thank you.
Welcome. Anyone else? Okay. So once it is created, Stephen, you have to go to the DNS name here and click refresh a few times. Okay. And now, once it is done refreshing, so click that reverse lookup zone. So once you click that reverse lookup zone, you should see these two records, but what we are supposed to see and we are not seeing is the name, IP and name of this machine, right? So the your octet.10 and the name of this machine, right? We need to see that. Then this means that reverse lookup zone is working. Otherwise, it's not working because machine records needs to be here. So a machine name and IP, if it is in forward lookup zone, it is called. If it is in forward lookup zone, it is called a record. If IP and name is in the reverse lookup zone, it is called PTR record or pointer record. In the interviews, that sometimes when they ask all these details and you start giving these details, it really impresses them. So the more you know, the more knowledgeable you are, the more they're impressed, right? So forward lookup zone has A records. It's just name and IP of a machine, right? And that same information is called PTR or pointer record here. Now we need the pointer record, which is just IP and name of this machine. So we need the pointer record here. How do we create that pointer record? We're going to go to the forward lookup zone, like Aziz. We will see where's the A record of our machine, which is just simply name and IP of a machine, right? We see that we need to double click it. We need to open it, right? So once we double click or open it like this, now you see that update associated pointer PTR record. It says that. This means, okay, A record is, or name and IP is in the forward lookup zone. Please create a IP and name in reverse lookup zone as well for the same machine. Like if anyone has a IP and wants to know the name, then the request will go to the reverse lookup zone. So just simply click this and apply, right? Update associated pointer record for this. Double click that, click this checkbox and apply, and okay, right? And since we made another change in the DNS, we go to the DNS name and we refresh it just a few million times. So click the name of the DNS, refresh, right? Refresh. Now, if we go to the reverse lookup zone, is the PTR record there or not? So if we go there and check the reverse lookup zone, yeah, now the IP and name of this machine is here in the reverse lookup zone. So that's what we want. Not only this, but we're going to go to the CMD. We're going to come out of this interactive mode of NSLOOKUP by typing Control C, right? Control C, and then up arrow to get the previous command. Okay, so Nordin says thumbs up, which means you see this. So yeah, now we see the fully qualified domain name. Everyone sees the fully qualified domain name? Yeah. Okay, thank you for that reply. And yeah, this is our third screenshot. Wow, that's a lot of thumbs up. Way to go, guys. So this is our third screenshot that DNS configured. Yeah, Stephen.
Yeah, on my default server, I got unknown.
Okay, yeah, one of the steps were missed. This means so let us create a screenshot, then I'm quickly connecting to your machine and fixing that. So I'm gonna quickly just make sure the name, your machine name, wherever it showed, that part is also in part of the screenshot. Oh, actually it was showing here as well. So yeah, DNS works. So I'm just gonna, third screenshot name is screenshot 3 DNS works. Wow. Oh, wow. Previous course also did that. So here, DNS works, right? So just screenshot 3 DNS works. Just put that and Control S. Once that is done, okay, let me. So take that screenshot. Oh, I didn't take the screenshot of the screenshot, so I'll just take that and put it in WhatsApp in case anyone behind and wants to know what was the third screenshot. So this is the third screenshot in WhatsApp. So yeah, Stephen, your machine, I'm going to quickly connect to that. You can close the window on your side. So if one of the small steps is missed, it will not show you. Any of the steps is missed. So let's check it out. Okay, so forward lookup zone. Hey, what is this? 18160. Oh, okay. It was correct. Whoa, what's wrong with me? So yeah, this is good. And 1910. Yeah, this is good. And okay. And oh, 181. Gotcha. Come on, man. It was 18, not 181. So yeah, if the IP is slightly wrong, it's not gonna work. So Control C, up arrow, and let's look up. Yeah, all good. Okay,
Thank you.
You're welcome. Okay. So that's a screenshot, guys. Take the screenshot, and I put a sample screenshot there with my name. Your screenshot should have your name. Okay, if we go back here, then our steps have reached. Actually, all this is done. And we're supposed to go for D, H, C, and P. So let's configure the DHCP as well, right? So what do we need to do here in this? So now we do not need DNS related configuration. So I'm just going to close the command prompt. I'm going to close the DNS manager. That's it. and I need to configure the DHCP, and you must find out where is this yellow triangle, because we need to start from the yellow triangle, right? We must start from the yellow triangle and configure DHCP, complete DHCP. First, it's gonna get authorization from Active Directory. Hey, Active Directory, should I work? Should I start working? It needs to get that permission from Active Directory. So for that, you need to start from here. So complete DHCP configuration. Let's click that. And it's going to create two security groups here for DHCP administrators and DHCP users, and authorize DHCP. Yes, that's what it needs. So we're going to simply click next and then commit. Next and then commit. So everyone done? I think everyone done, right? And click close. Okay, once that is done, so now we're going to start configuration of DHCP, right? Now we're going to start configuration of DHCP. So I'm just going to click tools and go to DHCP. Click tools and go to DHCP and expand that, right? Hopefully everyone's with me. And you need to make sure that once you click the DHCP server name, that both IPv4 and 6 are green. I hope for everyone it is green, and for nobody it is red or black, right? Sometimes it's red, sometimes black. So everyone's okay. That's good. We need to expand this IPv4, right? Okay, cool. I need to expand this as well, like this, right? Expand this. Now, once you expand IPv4, you need to select IPv4 with the left click. Go ahead and select IPv4. Once you select the IPv4 with left click, now you're going to right click on this blue area or selected area, like a Z's, and you are going to click a new scope. Okay. If we have done that, let's click the new scope, right? Okay, so the wizard starts with a new scope. Next. We need to give any name here. Any name can be given, but it's your first name, scope 1. It could be anything as a name. Okay, your first name, scope 1, and click next. Okay, so here is the range that you're going to give that it will then distribute among any machines that don't have an IP, especially, obviously, it's for the client machines like Windows 10 or 11. So you can't just go to every Windows 10 and 11 machine and give static IP. So the IP will be requested over the network. When they start for the first time, it will be requested on the network from DHCP. DHCP will provide that IP, right? So we can give some random range here. So 192.168. Your third octet .50 up to 100. This means 50 IPs we are asking DHCP to distribute to any machine that asks for an IP, right? Dynamic IP. So I'm going to write the end range as well, 192.168. Your third octet .100. We're never going to create this many machines. I'm just giving some range here to fill it up. That's it. Right? Although we're going to create 1 or 2 more machines. So yes, we would need, initial IPs from there, but we're not going to create 50 IAM machines there in our lab. Anyway, we gave this range and the length is /24. Yes, you need to know the IP subnetting and everything, and that could be learned in Cisco CCNA. So you should do that or revise it as well. Let's, if you've put this range, click next.
Is it for the ECX other ICP that you showed first?
Exactly. Actually, it's going to help us a lot when we install the E6i hypervisors for the first time. It's going to grab IP range from here, but it's going to also grab the DNS information and default gateway from here. So that's what we really want them to give to get, because then we will still give static IP to the DNS to the E6i servers, but we will only change the main IP. The rest of the things will be good. So yeah, it's going to be beneficial. Okay, so let's click next. we don't need to configure this. This is just exclusion range. Exclusion range means that in some part of IP here, hey DHCP, do not distribute. Suppose I can put here exclusion range 192.168, 50 up to 60. So if I put that range here as an exclusion range, so it will not distribute those IPs 50 up to 60. It will start suppose distributing from 60 up to 100, because I put 50 up to 60 as exclusion. Exclusion means don't touch this DHCP, and you can start using those if suppose 60 up to 100 are filled up and still there are more machines asking for IP, right? We don't need to do that. And then this is the delay for the DHCP that you want to delay 2 or 3 seconds of delay. After that delay, you want to provide the IP to any machine that is asking for an IP, right? So we don't need to configure all this. And click next. Lease duration is, it's going to give that IP for 8 days. At the end of the duration, it's going to check if the machine is up. If the machine is not up or it is shut down, it's going to take away that IP from that machine and give it to some other machine, right? So it's just the way DHCP works. 8 days, okay, it's a test environment. Yes, I want to configure these options. So there are some more advanced options. So yes, we want to configure those, right? Next. So here we need to give a default gateway. So now what is default gateway, guys? Default gateway, what is gateway? So gateway is that device from which so the traffic goes to the gateway, and from the gateway it goes to the internet, and from the internet any traffic goes, it goes to the gateway and then to you, right? Or from gateway to any other place, but it's not out of this network. If you want to send the traffic, it's through any gateway device. We don't have any, but there is one lab in VMware where it will only work if there's a gateway entry there, and it's going to ping that machine as well, that, oh, this is a machine as a gateway. Okay, then that lab will work. One of the labs in VMware, right? So that's why we're going to give a fake gateway here. We don't actually have a fake gateway device in our network, but we're going to consider this machine as our fake gateway, right? So we need to tell DHCP, hey DHCP, if anyone in the network wants to know our gateway, so give it the IP address of this machine and tell it that this is our gateway. We need to put some pingable device there as a fake gateway. So otherwise we don't have to put gateway at all. Okay, so we need to put it for just one lab. So I'm just going to go for giving the IP of the first machine as a gateway as well, right? So 192.168, your third octet .10, right? So once you have given this, then we click next. Okay, it says, hey, okay, I got your fake gateway here, but is this your parent domain? And we say, yes, DHCP. And is this your DNS server's IP? And we say, yes, Mr. DHCP. So DHCP says, okay, thank you. I'm going to distribute this information to any machine that asks for IP. I'm going to tell that machine that this is our domain name as well as this is our DNS server. Thank you, DHCP. Okay, next, no change on this page. WINS is Windows Internet Naming Services. This is an old name resolution for only Windows machine, Microsoft proprietary name resolution protocol. It's deprecated and no longer being used, so we're not going to configure that as well. And click next. And now it says, hey, you want to activate the scope? And we say, yes, we want to activate the scope. So next, and that's it, right? Finito. Okay, so yes, DHCP is configured, and yeah, that's we don't need to really test that because we're going to test that later anyway when we are creating some machine. So we can just go to the DHCP server name and refresh. That's all. And close this as well. Okay, if we go to the slide here, so we're kind of done, not kind of, we are done with DHCP and we are done with the Active Directory, we are done with the DNS, we're done with the basic configuration of the virtual machine. Yeah. And if we go to the diagram, so this first machine is now fully configured, right? Except for this guy, and we're going to be configuring this once this machine, and this machine is configured properly, and their DNS-A records and pointer records are created in our DNS here properly. Once these three are done, then we're going to be configuring this on this machine as well for later stages. Since you have nothing to do tomorrow, so we're going to continue after 10:30, and we're going to go till 1:30, right? So right now, let's take another break and come back. Man, Mariam and Samuel are already laughing. Come on. I mean, like, you're supposed to be like, whoa, no. I wanted to see those, priceless reactions. Instead, people are laughing at my jokes now. Seriously. Okay. I'm dead tired now. I was running from office. And okay, so I'm going to create the week 3 and copy the 3 screenshots in your MS